I have been using the iPhone Air for a while now, and despite a few complaints online, the pros generally outweigh the cons. But the question is, who is this phone really for? Let me tell you my real daily usage experience. Hi there, I am Abhijit and you're watching TechNutso. While watching the Apple event 2025 and the iPhone Air reveal, I did feel the nostalgia of the Nokia and Sony Ericsson era when they stepped into slim phone innovation. So, I was very clear that I wanted to test the iPhone Air for what it truly is and not what people expect it to be. That Nokia era excitement woke in me whilst I saw the iPhone Air on screen. I saw the pricing and it was quite a turn off, but then I visited Apple BKC to feel the iPhone Air, which changed my whole perspective and I had to get it anyway. But at first, I got the iPhone 17 in Sage. My iPhone 17 review is live on the channel. It's almost perfect. The iPhone Air's design is so refreshing. The slim borders, the lightweight titanium frame, the huge vibrant display. I just fell in love. Also, more people have asked me which phone is that you're holding than with any other iPhone I have used. If you know me, I'm a sucker for huge great displays and it's obvious that they come with flagships. Flagships mean more features, which in turn make the phone thicker and heavier. But the iPhone Air's display is the same as the iPhone 11 Pro Max, while it is very slim and lightweight, which makes it easier to hold and use. The usage experience is totally on a different level. The titanium makes the phone lighter, more durable, and premium. And I do wish Apple had added some form of coating here because the sides are quite scratch prone. I have installed a matte membrane film to guard from scratches, and yes, I also use cases on the iPhone Air, but only which complement the Air's body. I have also had no case days, and the camera plateau makes it easier to hold the phone as my index finger rests on it. I have the sky blue color with 256 GB storage capacity. The colors on the Air are very subtle in nature and need a keen eye to spot the difference. Let's have a physical overview. On the front is the 6.5-inch LTPO Super Retina XDR OLED 120Hz display with 3000 nits of peak brightness. The screen to body ratio is 89.9%, which is amazing, and the bezels are minimal, which makes the dynamic island look less protruding. The dynamic island components have been shuffled to make room for the rear camera. You can see the front selfie camera sits on the left side, whereas all other iPhones have it on the right. On top, there's the earpiece, and it also acts as the only mono speaker on the device. We'll talk about it in a minute. On the left is the action button and the volume rockers. No SIM tray as the iPhone Air is eSIM only worldwide. So, no pricing difference in global units being sold in India. On the right is the power button and camera control. On the bottom is a USB-C 2.0 port and a microphone. On the back is a 48 megapixel main fusion camera, a microphone and a flash. The iPhone Air is IP68 dust and water resistant. The front display is protected by ceramic shield 2 and the back glass is protected by ceramic shield. The iPhone 17 did not have any back glass protection, so the iPhone Air is definitely stronger and more durable due to the grade 5 titanium and the all-round ceramic shield protection. Great job, Apple! The iPhone Air is really a breath of fresh air in all of these bulky and 3-camera iPhones. The design is exceptional, very handy despite having the 6.5-inch huge display. The titanium feels more premium than the 17 Pro series. The slim form factor of the iPhone Air doesn't put pressure on the pinky finger, which is another plus. I can easily use it one-handed, and the weight of the device is well balanced. Unlike the Pro Max and other phones I use and test, the Air is like invisible in my pockets and hands. I don't even feel like I'm handling a phone. The 6.5-inch 120Hz LTPO OLED display on the iPhone Air is an absolute delight to the eyes. The borders are minimal, which means you get a more usable screen while still having the super functional dynamic island on the top. I have paired it with the Gadget Shield's X-Glass tempered glass, which genuinely enhances the experience. Installation is effortless and bubble-free with the dust-free applicator. It comes with subtle black borders that improve edge adhesion and long-term durability, while the glass itself offers 2x scratch and drop protection for real-world usage. The screen feels incredibly smooth, resists fingerprints and smudges really well, and touch response is fast and precise. Despite two serious drops, one from knee height and another from waist height, neither the screen nor the glass has shattered or picked up scratches. Colors look vibrant, content stays sharp, and whether it's web shows, YouTube, Reels, or gaming, I have enjoyed every minute of using this display. Definitely check it out, link is in the description. The haptics are on par and didn't feel any different from other iPhones. I had read online about the degraded haptics on the iPhone Air, but that definitely isn't the case here. The single speaker is loud enough for watching videos and calls, and I haven't had any problems so far. From my usage, it feels intentionally tuned for clarity rather than loudness. But if you are someone who has the bad habit of watching content in public places at full volume, then you will surely be disappointed. The iPhone Air is powered by the A19 Pro chip paired with 12 GB of RAM, and it is a very powerful device. Throw anything at it and it will handle everything with ease. I have used it extensively: social media, various apps, web shows, shooting photos and videos, calls, gaming, transferring huge files to drives, editing short videos, and it has never failed me. Apps stay open in the background, Apple Intelligence works as desired thanks to the 12 GB RAM. I actually did not face heating issues, which I still deal with on my iPhone 15 Pro Max, and that is astonishing. I played BGMI and the max graphics settings are up to 90 FPS, which is okay, but the performance is really good. I did not face FPS drops or graphics stutters, and yes, the area near the camera plateau was slightly warm, but still, the iPhone Air did not drop brightness, which was unexpected. My iPhone 15 Pro Max would have easily dropped its brightness 2 times at least in the time being. Apple has surely worked on the iPhone Air very much, and this surely feels like innovation. The iOS 26 is very smooth and fluid. There might be slight bugs here and there, but nothing that can disrupt the daily usage. The performance on the iPhone Air is surely exceptional. The liquid glass and the animations are just amazing and fast, as the 2025 iPhones are built ground up for iOS 26. Let's talk about other important things like network reception, camera, and battery. But before that, if you have watched this video until this point in time, please make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. The iPhone Air is equipped with Apple's latest cellular C1X modem and Apple N1 wireless networking chip. It supports 5G, Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6, etc. Call quality has been very good from the earpiece. About the network reception, it's fine for the most part, but in closed spaces and elevators, it cannot sustain 5G and switches to 4G. And surprisingly, the 4G data works in my elevator. As mentioned about the closed space issues, I have faced call drops only in those areas. The Wi-Fi and mobile data speeds are just as fast as the iPhone 17, amazing. All eSIMs and not having a physical SIM is kind of a bummer to me because I am always switching phones for testing, but for someone who's going to be using it for years, this shouldn't be an issue. I trust Apple's reliability and durability. Wi-Fi signals are also similar, neither worse nor better. The iPhone Air has all the necessary sensors like the precision dual frequency GPS, digital compass, high dynamic range gyro, accelerometer, dual ambient light sensors, etc. and faced no issues while using maps. Let's talk about the bigger elephant in the room, the cameras on the iPhone Air. The iPhone Air comes with a single 48 megapixel fusion camera on the back, and I have protected it using the Gadget Shield's X Glass camera lens protector. Apart from the protection, it actually enhances the look of the iPhone Air. The finish blends well with the camera module and even covers the frame around it. I have had 2 accidental drops and both were pretty serious. You can see very slight marks on the X Glass itself, but that's exactly the point. If it wasn't there, the impact would have gone straight to the camera lens and the surrounding border, and that would have hurt a lot more. The camera quality remains completely unaffected, and after seeing how it handled those drops, this is something I'd genuinely recommend. If you are using the iPhone Air daily and want proper protection without ruining the look, check out both the tempered glass and the camera lens protector from Gadget Shields. Trust me, once you use this, it's very hard to go back to the local screen protectors. The photos come out sharp, vibrant and detailed. We get 2 optical zoom options, 1x with 26mm and 35mm and the 2x optical zoom. It performs really well in well-lit conditions and the shots from 1x are better than the 2x for the most part. The 2x zoom is sensor crop based, and while it's usable, 1x clearly delivers better results. I certainly did not miss the wide angle lens on the Air because the 0.5x era is long gone. I was a hardcore wide-angle user in 2019 when I got the iPhone 11 Pro Max. But now, even with the 15 Pro Max, I rarely use the wide-angle lens. This can be different for you, of course, so there's a trick. You can use the new front center stage selfie camera to click the occasional wide-angle perspective shots by flipping the air around. And if you have an Apple Watch, then it's a great pair. Nighttime photos come out surprisingly good. Have a look. About the videos, I have shot a lot of content and the quality is amazing. It supports video up to 4K 60 frames per second and I could easily rely on the iPhone Air for my video content. We cannot shoot macro photos and cinematic videos on the Air, which could be a deal breaker for some, but it isn't for me. It was only once that I tried shooting a macro photo and I don't shoot cinematic videos because of the unavailability of the 60 fps option. The new center stage front camera captures good photos but suffers a bit in low light condition. Videos are at 4K 60 fps and the performance is very close to the rear camera. Love it. The iPhone Air manages heat extremely well in daily and heavy usage. It did not get hot even while recording 4K at 60 fps for straight 30 minutes and the battery drain during this entire session was surprisingly low. Kudos Apple. Let's talk about battery life now. The iPhone Air has a battery capacity of 3149 mAh, which for a phone this slim is actually impressive. It supports fast charging up to 20 watts and it charges to full in around 1 hour and 45 minutes. Not once did I receive the charging is on hold notification while it charges really fast. I used the Tech 500 watt GAN charger and there received stable power. The battery life is as good as the iPhone 17 for me as I get around 4 to 5 hours of SOT with moderate usage. I charge it once a day in the morning and at the end of day it is around 30 to 35% and if I have shot videos then it reaches the red mark. But I had never felt the need to charge it twice in a day. My day-to-day tasks included texting, scrolling reels and internet, uploading reels and shorts, calls, 5G and Wi-Fi, music, web shows, shooting videos and photos, etc. For a phone this slim, a 3000 plus mAh battery delivering a full day is good enough for me. It's actually not as bad as portrayed by people on the internet who haven't even tested the iPhone Air. The iPhone Air comes with the USB 2.0 port, which Apple cannot even justify with the iPhone 17. I called out Apple on the same issue in the iPhone 17 review, and at the iPhone Air's launch price, we should have easily gotten a USB 3.0 port. Most people will not even notice this, but I did because I shot and transferred content from the iPhone Air to SSDs. Apple discontinuing the Plus lineup and bringing the Air was a solid decision because thick Pro iPhones aren't for everyone, but for someone who wants a stylish premium iPhone with Pro level performance. I really love the iPhone Air for what it is. I surely hope that Apple doesn't shelf the iPhone Air 2 but launch it with 2 camera sensors, USB 3.0, more colors while still retaining the same thin form factor. This video is purely based on my experience with the iPhone Air, so I have made sure I convey the honest and real thoughts to you. I have read a lot about the iPhone Air on the internet and people who haven't tested or even held the iPhone Air in their hands are giving out opinions which is unacceptable and misleading. I never share opinions on a product which I haven't tested. You can easily find a global unit of the iPhone Air at around Rs 92,000 to 95,000. The prices keep fluctuating. I have seen the iPhone Air as low as 84,000. Also a quick shout out to Kamal Bhai and Raj Bhai from Raj Mobiles for offering me a great deal on this iPhone Air. I have linked their Instagram page in the description. Do follow them for some genuinely amazing deals. You can also check nearby stores for credit card discounts if you are keen on buying an Indian unit. And this brings back me to the question I asked at the beginning of this video. The iPhone Air has quietly become the new status symbol, and yes, I am saying it out loud. Not because it is the most powerful iPhone out there or because it has the most cameras, but because of its design, how slim and refined it feels, and the kind of statement it makes the moment you pull it out of your pocket. It's subtle, premium, and stands out without trying too hard. So here are my video. This was my review of the iPhone Air. Drop your queries in the comments below and the relevant ones will be answered. If you have any tech queries, join the Telegram channel TechNutso and DM me. I'm happy to help. Link in the description. Also follow me on Instagram for sneak peek and BTS. So see you guys in the next one. TechNutso signing off.